And we're underway with draw number 2 at the annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel hosted by the Potomac Curling Club here in Laurel, Maryland. Thank you all for joining us tonight. In our feature match here on Sheet B, Team Dobbs, skipped by Michael Dobbs, vice Doug Chalmers, second Scott Burke, and lead Christine Alessi. Throwing red stones, and then throwing yellow stones, we have Team Temple of Pittsburgh, skipped by Jackie Temple, vice Eric McManus, second Robert Sir, and lead Megan Fay. All right, we're into our lead stones here. Dobbs calling for a draw on the number 2. Tucking it in under the high guard, right off the center line. And it looks like just touching the 8 foot on the center. All right, we're gonna get an operator here. By the way, my name is Spencer Stevens.
And I'm Joe Morrison, who has just slowly showed himself up.
And Joe is out on ice crew. And there we we go. We got our overheads back.
Okay. Everything looks like it is back in position. Okay, so we're what? Team Dobbs versus Team Temple.
It looks like Team Temple's number 2 stone incidentally removed one of the free guards, so they had to replace it. Dobbs coming down here with another guard to close up any possibility of hitting the shot stone. And it looks pretty good.
Yeah, right on the middle right here. Protects that one pretty well through there.
Yeah. And the only option here is to blow it up, open up the center. Possibly get the bonus of going a double takeout if they run it just correctly. And the number 3 stone away. Looks like it's going to be a relatively good field.
Yep. Actually, look at that stone. It stays straight on the line. That's kind of convenient over here for Team Dobbs.
Yeah, they put it just above the other stone that they had in the house. Dobbs calling for another guard. Scott Burke.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Okay, switch. Give me center line. I'm still okay. And yes! Hard! Yep. Good.
Call for a little bit of directional sweeping there. It's shot went wide, but they brought it back. Pretty decent finish. The stones are still pretty visible.
I'm going to have to move over here closer to you so I can sit there and see how visible the stones are. That's the problem about having the operators position.
And Robert Sir, left-handed there, plays into a little bit of the visibility of those stones. He shot wide.
Oh, just bumps that second one right there.
Still in play, just in the 8. He caught the hack out, so I have to reset that.
Oh, yeah, they did. Do you see how they did that? That's surprising.
Tap it up.
They're in no rush to put it back, though, since it seems like everybody else.
Everyone's a righty, so they're just going to sit there and annoy it or ignore it.
Yeah, so no big deal in the meantime.
Wait only. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. All the way.
So it looks like they're wanting a guard, but it's going to go a little bit deeper than that. Might pop their other stone back a little bit, which will be fine, and it does. Brings a little bit of separation between the two.
Uh-oh, we've got chaos in the curling warm room over here.
Yeah, they're debating on what should be featured on the TV in the back.
I currently see ads. I'm confused why we were watching this.
Yeah, they debating on whether to watch NCAA or the World Women's Curling Championships.
Oh gosh, that is a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like we got to watch curling because it's a curling club, but my bracket still needs a little bit of help. So because of that, I feel a little bit leaning towards the NCAAs.
It's especially difficult because the feature game right now for the Women's World Championship is Scotland and Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, so top contenders.
A little bit of rooting interest then over here.
Where is it? Where is it? Where do you like the hit?
So team 2 here is Team Temple, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, okay. Try to stop shirking my ability to sit there and bring the broadcast to the level that we expect here at Curling, or our Potomac Curling Club. Trying to get names in so that we can actually see the curlers as they sit there and throw their stones. That is a slow process, though.
So quick overview of who we have on our other sheets. Sheet A, we have Plan B, Potomac team, skipped by Laura here, against Ladies Call the Shots, a Philadelphia team, skipped by Katie McKinley. And sheet C, we have Single Barrel, a Pittsburgh team, skipped by Paul Schultz, against Team Hamilton, CCVA, Curling Club of Virginia team, skipped by Travis Hamilton. And let's see if I can get sheet D's information here.
Yeah, I can't see it from here, unfortunately.
Sheet D, we have Sweeping Beauty and the Beast, a Potomac team, skipped by Bob Purcell, against Curl Me Maybe, a Potomac NYC Brooklyn team, skipped by Richard Gray. So here in Sheet B, we have Team Dobbs sitting 3. It looks like he's going to go for a guard. Once again, if any of you viewers are local, the cherry blossoms downtown are in full bloom, so definitely take the opportunity this weekend to check it out.
Yep, yesterday was 70% according to the website.
Nice.
Can't get any better than that. This is luckily one of the first years in quite a while also that the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel has timed up with when the cherry blossoms are actually in bloom.
That is correct.
That is a big benefit for anybody that has traveled to the DC area, I am sure.
Dobbs is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Dobbs has a lot of rocks in the top of the house right there. I'm a little worried about that if I'm sitting here hanging out with Team Temple. Looks like they're trying to figure out what type of shot they want to go for here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice that the weather decided to spring up a little bit early because past couple years, the Cherry Blossoms peak bloom had coincided with the Cherry Blossom Festival, the downtown festival in DC. And that can be pretty hectic, especially if you're a local, because there's millions of tourists.
Yeah, and there's like 3 metro stations you just can't use anymore. You try to go into one of those metro stations, like at Metro Center, and it's like, nope,
yeah,
not even going to try it.
Yeah. Like, you better hope for having a job that you can telecommute to.
I'm sorry, boss, I can't come in today. There's too many tourists in the city. It sounds like a DC-only problem. I'm sure New York and other places get that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how Jackie over here does for the first of her 2 skip shots. I missed the call. Did you see what they were trying to sit there and get through? I saw them looking at like a center line where they bump one out and like roll in.
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah. I missed the call.
We were too busy imagining the amazingness that is the Cherry Blossom Festival.
You do want a lot of ice for this shot.
Oh, they look like they're a little white here, but they might bump off their yellow. Oh, not one of the first 4 shots. On the edge of the house over there on the left.
Yep.
This is the the second skip drop over here for Michael Dobbs.
It looks like he wants to guard the wing there because they have a chance of being able to draw down onto the forefoot on the left side.
Yeah.
Alternatively, it looks like he'll be, he's looking at guarding the center to guard the shot stone and the run back.
Yeah, I think that's going to be what they probably decide on at the end of the day, is to guard the center here. Force the other team to sit there and pull off. I mean, we don't know if the other skip has her draw weight yet, so you sit there and give her the harder shot on the edge that she's no backing on, force her to get her draw weight right.
That's one of the nice things about having the home advantage here. I know Dobbs played a draw last night in our Capital League, so he's pretty well acquainted with the conditions.
Yep. It is an advantage, especially the first or the beginning of a Bonspiel. Remember when I went up to Rochester and it was hard getting used to the ice up there for the first game. Caused a bit of headaches, but happens everywhere you go.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, finish it, Sam. Finish it. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little heavier than maybe he. Oh, no, it's not that bad, really.
They got the line.
Got the line, covered a little bit of the Yellowstone over through there.
Yep.
But we'll sit there and figure out where Team Temple wants to go with this from here. Oh,
Yeah, it looks like they're going to look for the draw.
Yep, just go for the draw, catch a corner over there of the forefoot, call it good enough. Looks like they need to be at least about half forefoot to sit there and get the shot rock on this.
Yep.
But the shot is definitely open. You just need to be able to read the ice. I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to all of our 20 viewers watching this stream currently. There is nothing better you could possibly be doing on a Thursday night other than watching some curling over here in Laurel, Maryland. For all of you, we hope to give you a nice high quality stream and some useful shots and curling insight. Yeah, they went a little wide on the ice over there and give up a big end for Team Dobbs. Looks like 4 to me.
Steal 4.
That's a tough way to start a Bonspiel right there. Yep, I can see Jackie shake her head as she sits there and comes down the ice.
Second and number 1 stone, Lee, Christina Lessie. And it looks like
it's going to be a deep foreguard, I'd say.
That is not in the house.
Yep.
Very tight 3 guard, right on center line.
Yep, nice deep foreguard right there. And about all you can ask for a 4 center guard. Nice and easy for a tap up later on if you want to sit there and go that route.
Looks like they're going to come into the corner on this one. And they touch the house.
Yeah, I think they're going to be in the house here.
Yeah. I think they wanted the guard out of it. That's actually not a bad spot to put a stone either.
No, it's nice on the edge over there, and it's top of the house, so. I'm a little surprised here that Dobbs decided to sit there and call one into the house. Do you know if this is his normal game plan?
This is his normal game plan.
Okay. I can't say that I've sat there and played against him many times, so I don't know generally how he calls stones.
Yeah, he sticks by the book. There are very few instances in which I think he's perturbed to call anything different.
That might just be to the back of the house right there. Yep, just hanging out in the back right there.
All right, Jackie wants to split the house. Plenty of weight on this stone. Gotta wait for it to curl though. It's running a little bit straight on that side of the center line.
Yeah, it's going to sit there and knock back this guard in here at the top.
And they're gonna roll on. It looks like that's the number 4 stone. Dobbs called a hit. Stone just hit the brakes pretty hard. Just barely getting it out of the play.
Yep, not the worst possible shot. Their stone's still sitting, so. It's like Robert Sir's second shot or first shot here.
Shot looks wide here.
Yeah, I'm afraid this is just going to sit there and be a high guard here. Be right in line with their other shot. Or is it going to go all the way down to it? Well, I'd say it's about 8 to 12 inches away from their other shot, so it gives them a chance to sit there and take a shot right down the center. Try to clear both of those out in one hit.
I think with the way these are lined up, he may just get the one to go out the back, but Dobbs may also be able to sit 1, 2, and 3 if this works out successfully.
Well, knocked one out of the way.
Sends the other stone into the back of the house, back 8.
Yep. That's dangerous there too, though, because they have a stone right behind it that can act as backing. So you got to be careful with how you aim at it, otherwise you'll sit there and stick that yellow around still.
So Jackie Temple's calling for the top 8 to be in line with their stone in the back. Cross line is okay. Looks okay to me too. but it didn't curl enough.
Yeah, it's going to sit there and sit right beside their other shot. Even a little bit behind. Oh, there's another double opportunity here.
Looks like he's considering it.
Yep, still afraid about jamming in the back for the red, but he hit it strong enough. And right on the nose, might be able to steal both the mount and stay even. Oh, there's a decent amount of weight behind this law. Oh,
And they get one of the two.
yep, get one of the two. Other one is untouched.
Skip Jackie Temple calling for the same shot as before. Tighter ice.
A lot of sweeping trying to get this into the house right here.
It's pretty underweight, but she does get the line to protect that stone. It looks like the hack is a little loose still.
Yeah.
Calling for a little bit of ice maintenance. The left-handed hack is still a little loose. Melvin Shaw to the rescue.
About to say, technically I should be able to go out there, but I signed up for ice maintenance for different periods of time. Now Dobbs is a lefty, right?
It's actually Robert Sir,
Oh, okay.
the second for Team Temple. So Scott Chalmers, the number 6 stone, shot wide, sailed right through. And it doesn't look like it's curling very much out there on the wing, that side of the sheet. So they have to be very careful of how they want to direct things back to the center line.
They're right past their guard, and
it looks like it's just enough.
I'd agree. I think that is the second stone.
They are sitting 1 and 2. Yellow stones, Team Temple. So Michael Dobbs is looking for a draw one way or the other, either side, but looks like they're picking the side with all the yellow stones. Might be a little dangerous as it's not curling very much on this side, but they do have some very solid backing if they can tuck in enough.
Yep. Little left. Yeah.
lot of deliberation over here. It looks like they're changing the shot. Not quite the right angle there. Looks like he decided for the angle raise instead, trying to sit there and bump out that yellow, but ended up being a little thick on the stone and just launching it outside of the house.
So Jackie Temple's looking to put the number 7 stone in the 12-foot, 8-foot spot in the corner. Cut off any possibility of draw or a raise even. And split the sides. That's a good call.
Yep. So she wants to be just at the edge of the 8-foot here, correct?
Yep. That's Potomac Curling Club's Melvin Shaw. Ice maintenance, putting the left-handed hack back in. Number 7 away. Jackie Temple.
One of the lesser-known daughters of Shirley Temple, I am sure.
It's very narrow, very underweight, and it's gonna...
That's gonna be a guard.
Actually reverse the handle, and they'll guard the line. It's a little bit of a consolation.
A little bit, but I actually think they're less happy with the reversing of the handle than they would have been if they had come back over in front of that red.
I agree.
This gives, over here, Team Dobbs the chance to try to run that red back, knock out that yellow, and sit 1 or 2. Really only 1. I think they only can get 1 out of this. But still, a steal of 1 here would be very nice.
He's just debating on which side to come to. Guards are pretty close to it, so... He's going to cross the center line.
Actually, with this way, he's probably not really trying to take that yellow out. He's just going to use that yellow's backing. He just wants to sit there and sit out on tee. Oh. Looks like they're discussing again, and they decide they're going to come from all the way. That's a lot of ice. Is that a guard, you think? Has he decided it's just safer to sit there and guard up over the... And I can't imagine that.
I think he'll draw around.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is going to be a draw now.
Plenty of weight to get through any frost on the wing.
It's a lot of weight, though. It's got to curl a lot over here.
And it looks like he's calling for
sounds like
wide,
he says wide, yeah.
And heavy. It might settle down.
Yeah, it might, but it's not going to be one of the top 2 stones. No, I take that back. It is the second shot right now.
It cuts them down to 1. Team Temple. Now they're lining up their next shot. They may want to take that stone out to get 3, and that looks like it's going to be the call.
Yep, that seems like the safe option right here. As people over here on sheet A are throwing their brooms all over the place. We can just blame it on the late night curling right here. 10 o'clock curling, you just throw brooms at people for the fun of it.
So plenty of ice to play with the curl. It looks like she knows that all she needs to do is just tap it back a couple inches and she'll be safe.
Exactly.
So it doesn't need to be a rocket, just enough to push it back and she'll get through.
And even a little light here is not too bad because you've got a lot of the house to play with over here. So as long as you're within the white and the 8-foot, you can sit there and just call it good enough and let that stone end up wherever it will be.
It looks like the curl is biting pretty hard, so they may go for a raise. It's too much of an angle. Oh, W1 for Team Temple.
At the end of the second end, we have a score of 4 for Team Dobbs and 1 for Team Temple. It is now 4-1 going into the top of the third end.
First stone away for Team Temple, yielded a very far corner guard. And it looks like the first stone for Team Dobbs. Let's tuck it down just underneath. And they're in the house, very close to the yellow stone. Jack's thinking about that hit, but she will call the center guard. That's a safe call, played by the book. Looks like there is a pick on that stone. Pretty wild curl, and Michael sweep it right out the back. Number 2 stone away for Team Dobbs. Looks like it will sail on through the house and out of play. Robert Sir, the second for Team Temple, settling into the hack. Hopefully the hack won't pop out this time. And they want to tuck it into the corner as well. It doesn't quite get the finish that you're looking for. It's pretty tight on the line. So that stone will hang out in the 8-foot. Michael Dobbs calling for a bumper hit on that stone.
Call and sweep all the way from the very beginning.
Yeah, it looks a little bit narrow from what I can see. But this is the straight running line, so it looks like it'll connect just fine. Oh, it decided to curl at the end. They made contact, but it just pushed it a little bit deeper into the 8-foot. Shot stone sitting at the top of the 4. Jackie Temple calls for the hit. She wants it to roll into the right side. Robert Sir, number 4 stone away.
Well,
just the noser. A curl is pretty aggressive. So she either needed more ice or needed to be calling her sweepers on a little bit early. The weight looked great, though. Michael Dobbs will answer back. Scott Burke throws a little outside, but it looks like he'll come back just fine, make contact.
A lot of weight behind that stuff.
It just noses it. Jackie Temple's calling the same shot. She looks to get the same effect here. Hopefully it doesn't curl over, but it does look like there was a little bit of a pull over in the release, so it's gonna pass right on by on the outside. Completely crossed over, but it looks like it will reach the house. Just a biter. That may or may not be out counting the other red stone. Can't really see from our angle here, but that is something to consider for later on. Michael Dobbs calling another hit. Doug Chalmers, device, Stoneway, and not a whole lot of curl on this line. Looks like they'll lose the shooter.
Yep.
And certainly they do. They make the hit. Jackie Temple's out for blood. She wants that stone gone.
Sometimes it just hangs around long enough that you just get so angry at it, you gotta get rid of it.
Hey, and it changed handle there.
That's not the first time we've seen that happen with Team Temple over through here. Wonder if there's a spot on the ice or if they're just putting very little handle on it to start with.
Yeah, or it could even be our stones as well. Not that we would ever admit that.
No, our stones are perfect. What are you talking about?
Perfect stones, yeah.
So much bounce in these stones. You can sit there and hit it and it just goes halfway across the ice.
I know, and they go exactly where you want them to go.
We have the second stone over here from Mr. Chalmers.
Yes, Christine, yes, yes. Hard.
Yet again, our friend Mr. Dobbs over there is screaming for a hard sweep, but called him off immediately. Looks like he's got the yellow stone, but where does he end up?
That'll connect. It's half in the 12, half in the 8, just on the right side of the center line.
Do we think that they're sitting 2 right now for Dobbs, or is it only 1? I can't tell
Not
which
sure,
one of the
yeah.
stones is winning.
Can't really tell from the angle of our overhead. So with this call, it looks like she wants to cross over the face of this red stone that's sitting shot to roll under the cover on the right side. That's a pretty good call. If that's the case, that she wants to roll over that side, I believe that she's pretty confident that the yellow stone that's biting the left side of the house is sitting number 2. Because you're definitely not going to want to remove that red stone on the right side if she's going to roll under it.
Yep. We'll just sit there and give an easy shot for them to take one of yours out. They have hammers, so
yeah.
You got to try to find a little bit of cover here if you want any good end.
Keep it clean. Yep. How's later? Real wide. Whoa.
Oh, Jackie Temple had a little bit of a trip there.
Well,
and
looks like she's doing okay, so.
She threw wide.
A lot of weight on that stone, too. She going to find her own yellow here?
It will.
You know, this is not the worst possible outcome from that.
I agree.
I don't know if that was their intended shot or not, but they are now sitting shot, and they're behind a little bit of cover. You can see the edge of it, but it is definitely visible. It almost looks like Team Dobbs is going to go after that.
Yep. Bumper. Pick it out. Yes.
And Michael Dobbs is going to go right through the port to chip it out.
Nope. Spill on their own red and knock it back a little bit. It's a good opportunity over here for Team Temple. Take that other red out and split the house a bit. Force Team Dobbs to sit there and chase here. Or do you think they're actually going to sit there and try to guard their yellow here?
The way it looks, she's considering a guard.
I mean, if you guard straight in front of it, you give a decently easy draw to deep into the forefoot for the point. But that's really not a horrible outcome for Team Temple here.
That's correct. I think she'll want to protect that stone because if it goes unprotected, then Dobbs might have a chance for 3, but
looks like there's some animosity over here in the front end and the skip of Team Temple. They were jousting with their brooms a little bit as if they were lightsabers. I can't say that I disapprove of that, but
yeah, they're probably having a couple laughs after that spill that she had.
I can only hope that they were making lightsaber noises as they were doing that.
Oh, I'm sure they were. Number 8 stone away for Jackie Temple. It's still got a lot of ways to curl.
It does. I think they're going to end up with a high center guard here. They have out a 2 center guard. This is bad for for Team Temple though, because there's a great run back over here on that 1 yellow stone for 3 for Team Dobbs. Looks like he's mostly online for this.
And shot connected, 3 red.
I agree. Unfortunately, a missed stone for Team Temple and their last shot loses them the chance to cut Dobbs down to 1 and lets Dobbs get 3 instead. First stone from Megan Fry over here, but it's got a lot of weight still on it. It's going to end up possibly out of the house back over here. Yep.
It looks
right
like it's still
through to the back
line.
line. In play, but kind of in play. They'll all walk over and look at it a little bit and shake their head and agree that it's in play, but I don't expect that to actually affect anything the rest of this game. I look forward to being wrong about that, though. If they somehow pull a shot off where that stone is important because it jams into something else, I will consider myself fulfilled as a curling caster.
So quick update of the other sheets. We have on sheet A, Plan B versus Ladies Call the Shots. Ladies Call the Shots are 4. Plan B is sitting 1. In the 4th end. Coming home here. On sheet C, in the 4th end coming home, we have Team Hamilton against Single Barrel. And Team Hamilton is up 4-2. And sheet D, we have Sweeping Beauty and the Beasts I'm sorry, yes. I think that's correct. Yes, that is correct. Sweeping Beauty and the Beast against Curl Me Maybe. And looks like Sweeping Beauty and the Beast are up 2-1, coming home in the 4th end.
I feel like there's some sort of pun you can do between the names of the two teams in Sheet D over there. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but in my mind, a song is sitting there and starting to include me over there.
Oh, wait a second. Did I say call me maybe? I meant to say curl me maybe. Crazy amount of puns in the names. So it looks like Dobbs is off to a good start in this end. He's already sitting 2 in the 4-foot with center guard up on top. So Temple's calling for a hit. She wants to get one of the 2 stones that are sitting shot, or otherwise the center guard is okay.
They're wide of this guy right here.
Robert Sir throws a bit wide, no contact.
They've had a couple of problems with line the last couple of shots.
Yeah, and that is the straight running line as we've seen on this side of the sheet.
You get a bit too much ice and it just sits there and stays out there and run into a bit of trouble.
Scott Burke the second, looking for a guard. They just want to cover up their stone that's sitting out. It looks like they may get a freeze.
The freeze or a bit of a bump off to the side. Oh.
It's open now. Just chipped. Just chipped their guard and opened them up. So now both shot stones are exposed. Robert Sir coming in for a second attempt, and it looks pretty good from what I can see.
Yep, he's through there and hit it pretty nicely.
She makes contact with both stones, but the de facto shot stone is still shot just a little bit deeper into the 4.
Oh,
Michael Dobbs calling a control hit.
Yep. Dobbs pulls off the shot like he wants to. They'll have another chance to sit there and chase it.
Looks like it's hanging wide a little bit. It's coming back. Just enough.
Yeah. Good shot, and it rolls under cover over there on that side.
It's a beautiful shot. Jackie Temple's got her work cut out for her right here.
Nothing comes easy in the game of curling.
Especially if you're on Sheet B, as we've seen.
That is correct. Sheet B has been an intricate beast for so far through this curling Bonspiel. We have had a game full of steals and a game with large swings. Well, got a nice big line of stones over here for Team Red.
Yep. Jackie Temple unintentionally pushes one of Team Dobbs Guards into the house. Lines up all three. So it looks like what he wants to do here is just to plug the court. And the handle straightens out a little bit.
Yeah, that port is pretty plugged right now. So do you sit there and try to hit the edge of that line of red stones right now if you're Team Temple, or do you sit there and try to draw in and get a shot stone?
You know what I would do here, actually, I'd run the yellow back.
Run the yellow back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was afraid you might want to save that for a little later in the game. You still have 3 stones left. I don't want to sit there and utilize that stone too early, though they could guard that, which is always a worry.
Yeah, so she's looking to get the conga line. Well, hey, she might actually get the run back. I don't think she saw it early enough. She could have been off her sweepers, but yeah, spills the guard out.
Well, if your Team Dobbs over here, you put another guard up. And just pretty happy with 6 stones in play and no yellow stones in play.
I think it fit. That was crazy.
About to see the first shot of Skip's Rocks for Team Dobbs over here on sheet B. They're just looking to replace a guard over here at the top of the house, trying to protect the 3 stones that they currently have in a Congo line hanging out. Oh, this stone is starting to overcurl on them a bit. It's a bit light. They're lucky they might sit there and get it to bump off their other one and cover off that stone a bit, but no, it's just going to hang down on top of it and leave all 3 of them still mostly available for a hit. Let's see if Miss Temple herself can hunt that stone pile down and make some use out of this missed shot from Team Dobbs. Nice shot over here from Team Temple. Able to sit there and spill 2 of the red stones out and only leave 1 sitting for a point.
Work, baby, work. Work, baby. I'm looking for that. Shot sale.
Looks like this is the hammer. Team Temple is coming down into the house with 2 red stones. Looks like they will be aiming for the center red stone to hit and replace, to sit there and have a single point for the 4th end. Let's see how they execute the shot and whether or not they get their point. That looks like a successful hit and stick for 1. So a point to Team Temple in this round.
First yellow stone makes it to the house. Michael Dobbs calling for a hit, control hit. Stone is away.
Yep. Yeah.
Calling for the sweep.
Single sweeper running down the ice.
Yeah, it's gonna go right on by. He needed the other sweeper in there.
Whoa! Yep. Whoa! Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Same way as the last one.
Good.
Jackie Temple calling for top 12 center line. Same weight, more ice.
Where's the weight?
It's pretty narrow.
Where is it? Take a look.
We'll find out together. We'll find out.
I don't want it too deep.
Halfway.
And essentially goes right on by the other stone. It's gonna sit in the back of the house.
Again. A little more weight. Yes. Yes.
Michael's still calling for removal of the top stone. And it looks like it will make contact this time.
Yeah, a little thinner than they wanted to make contact, though, I think. Granted, this way it sticks around and sits in the middle and forces them to have something to shoot for.
Yep.
Yep. All the way.
Jackie Temple does call for the shot. Now, what's important to note is it looks like it's a little bit of wide broom call. This side is still running pretty straight, but she does want it to roll over and cover her backstone. So this may work out if it will come back. Robert Sir does look like he was on the broom, but it's still got a lot of curl to go.
Yeah,
and it does run straight, so it'll flash right through.
Yeah, I'm afraid there was just too much weight for wanting it to curl that much right there.
Yeah, I think so. A little too much weight for the application, and that line in particular has been running straight all night. So Michael Dobbs will want to go for the second Yellowstone, singing the back 12. Actually, it looks like he'll want to remove his own.
Slow down, yes.
Or otherwise split the house
Keep going, yeah.
on the other side, and I think that's actually what he wants to do.
All the way.
They may fall short. It's going to be...
Might get to the top of the house. It's kind of hard to tell. Nope.
It just hangs out. So it gives Jackie Temple a second chance, and she does tighten the ice. Robert Sir with number 4 stone. And that's definitely on broom, looks pretty good. She calls on immediately though, and it does look like it's curling. He may be underweight on this one, but he may get some contact. Oh, just on by.
Not quite. She sat there and scooted right by it, and
Yeah.
out the house it goes.
Barely even fit a piece of paper in between that space. That's how close the stone was.
Where is it? Yeah. Whoa, whoa,
All right, Michael Dobbs asking for the same shot, and he says the line is great. Sweepers are off the stone. Now they're on. And
It's
they're
got a lot
off
of
again.
weight though. I don't want to touch that any more than you have to.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. In the house, the majority of the stone sits inside the top of the 8-foot.
You came out really fast.
Jackie Temple calling for the hit, and the sweepers are already on. It looks like they are already past. And they may make contact with the outside stone. They do, but it just pushes it further under the guard. Actually, Scott Burke's first stone, the number 3. Scott Burke's second stone, the number 4, is now under that guard. Michael Dobbs is calling for a top of the house guard.
Yeah! Up. It's over, right? Don't want it. John, don't want it. You gotta keep sweeping.
This might be a little underweight, but it's very important for him to get the line here. And it does actually look like it may hog. And it does hog.
That's a little disappointing. Should have left the sweepers on it for a little bit longer.
to make contact with that stone. Just on past the possibility of a jam. And the red is out the back. Still in play, though, in the back corner. And they lose the shooter. Michael Dobbs calling for a control hit. He wants to remove the back yellow stone. And he will sit 3. Oh, I'm sorry, he'll sit 2 after the shot. As long as it sticks around. So pretty up weight. He doesn't want to let it take off on him, as it has before with Christine Alessi's shots. Stone looks pretty good. It will definitely make contact, but it may not stick around.
Yeah, I think it's going to spill out the back right there. Oh, we have a wide open house again through here.
So honestly, where I would put it would be right on the tee line. Yep, right there. Using their redstone for as much cover as they possibly can get out of it.
A little bit of discussion down there is exactly where they want that stone to go. Looks like for the most part, they're just saying they really want it no deeper than tee.
With a T-line draw. Just wants to tuck it in ever so gently under the red shot and stone. Sweepers are on.
I think this stone is faster than they think it is. Unless it sits there and dies pretty fast on them. Oh, it's starting to die.
It did run relatively straight as well. So she didn't get it quite where she needed to go. This red is still sitting 1. And Michael Dobbs may be looking to remove that stone. So if any of you viewers are local, then I highly encourage you to come on down to the Potomac Curling Club sometime during Bonspiel, even if you're not participating, either curling or volunteering, because we have a lot of good food here, a lot of Japanese-themed food, and I do believe on Saturday night they'll have the sushi dinner service, as they usually do each year.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be really sad I missed Saturday night now. Well, if sushi doesn't do it for you, we have 3 good beers on tap, and we have lots of good food. Has some pretty delicious shrimp and grit, little pancake biscuit things earlier.
Good.
Those were delicious. I ate like 6 of them, so.
And there's even like some non-Japanese food here too as well. There's They had some kielbasa, and that was pretty boss. I ate a lot of that.
They could just put san at the end of it. Could have been kielbasa san, and then it would have been Japanese.
Yeah. So Michael Dobbs just threw his number 7, and it flashed on by. It looked like the curl bit a little too hard.
Yep, an unfortunate turn of events over there for them, but let's see if Team Temple can capitalize off of that miss from Team Dobbs.
Yep. And honestly, here for this shot, I would actually go for a yellow run back.
I agree. That's what I was looking at right there. Just run it back. You essentially jam on it and spill your shooter to the right side and knock all their point stones out.
Yep.
But I'm not convinced that's what they're thinking about here. That's more ice than I would expect for the weight you would need for that.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to go for a draw or race, which is also pretty safe as well. Not quite as a high difficulty shot as the yellow run back. So sweepers are right on it. Temple Stone may be a little bit underweight, so they're probably sweeping for weight here, if anything else, and the vice comes out. Yeah, it looks like they are short.
Oh,
so no
not what they were hoping for.
Yeah. It's a relatively wide open house. All he needs to do is just bring deep into 12 minimum, and Michael Dobbs will have 2 this end.
Yep, let's see if Dobbs has his draw weight. Draw, Dobbs, draw.
The sweepers have not touched the stone.
Probably means it's still pretty hot. That's all the way there.
Yep. Solid 8. 2 points. Team Dobbs. 5th end.
Team after 5 ends is 9 for Team Dobbs and 2 for Team Temple. Up by 7 going into the 6th end.
So a little bit of updates here on the other sheets. Cheat A. Plan B is sitting 3 right now, coming home in the 6th end. They need it for sure against Ladies Call the Shots, who are ahead by 3. Score is 5-2. Sheet C, Team Hamilton against Single Barrel, and tied up 5-5. Coming home in the 6th. And sheet D is tied up 2-2. And it looks like they're soon to close out the 5th end with the very last stone. And that is Curl Me Maybe and Sweeping Beauty and the Beasts. It looks like Bob Purcell's sitting 1 over there on sheet D. All he needs to do here is just draw in again. He may get 2. Maybe even 3.
The lead over here for Pittsburgh has quite an arm on her.
Normal.
Eating a bit too many Wheaties this morning in preparation for this game, but I'm sure she'll eventually get that figured out.
Michael Dobbs calling for the peel of shame. Normal peel weight for...
He's peeling his own stone?
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful right there.
Take care of the 1 guard off center.
I just assumed originally the whole reason he was standing up that far was because he kind of wanted to get out of the house for a bit.
Well, hey, Beautiful weather like this here in DC, you definitely want to get out of the house.
Yep. Give you a chance to go stand outside at the top of the hog.
Yep.
But unfortunately, they've replaced it. It might be a little closer to the hog line now. If you do that enough times, you'll eventually get the stone out and hog your other stone.
Jackie Temple calling for the draw into the house, just under the unintentional guard. Thrown a little bit wide.
Yep.
But hey, it looks like there's going to be a pretty good finish.
I'm about to say, this weight is much better than the previous one. Can the sweepers get it all the way?
It might be.
Oh, no, it's just short.
Yeah, it's just short. Maybe about 2 inches.
So close. Great throw from their lead, though.
All right, so I still want to peel that guard out of the way. Scott Burke. It's a little wide, but it should curl back in. Should be fine. May get the back one even. Yeah, it came on through.
Yeah, I think they're perfectly fine with this decision. They get a stone in the house, and they knock that yellow out and keep the chase alive. Looks like they want the hit and roll. They want to hit that red in the house, and they want to sit there and roll over behind that red high guard just left of the center line. I'm surprised that's the handle they gave for this shot.
I am as well.
I would expect that they would have sat there and given the in turn instead of the out turn and hope to bounce farther in behind.
Just enough weight for the application to push it out. And they do have a biter on the side of the house there. Yeah, I honestly would have chosen the other broom. But it got the job done.
It did get the job done, yes. It is so easy for us to sit there and critique from our comfortable chairs over here as we sit there and cast the game.
All right, Michael Dobbs on Scott Burke's second stone. And a pretty good roll onto the other side of the house. So Jackie Temple also replying in this jousting match. 1 stone for 1 stone.
One stone must be paid for with another stone.
Indeed.
All right, let it die. Nice shot, Jim. That's good. Very good.
And it looks like it's going to cut out some of the weight. Maybe a bit frost. But hey, just enough. Push the red stone out. They don't roll under cover. They're still exposed. So once again, Michael Dobbs will answer back. Doug Chalmers, number 5 stone.
Yeah. Whoa.
Looks like he's got this guy.
They may get a roll. Pretty deep roll.
Yep, a lot of weight.
And it looks like it's out of the
That'll
house.
be out. Good sweeping from the skip back there.
So Jackie Temple's calling for the draw once again.
I would like to point out that the dream of the blank for this end is still alive.
It's very true.
I think they probably will get points, but if they were so inclined, it lives on.
I think Jackie gave her front end feedback that it was a little bit wide.
A little bit wide and a little bit soft. It's going to end up as a center guard, I think. No, it might glide just inside the 12.
And a beautiful finish to stay undercover. Michael Dobbs calls for a control hit. Has faith that it'll come back just enough to edge out the Yellowstone. Rubs right off. It's maybe just a little too wide there. So Jackie Tunnel's giving the option of either drawing in under their stone or otherwise hanging out a little bit higher to guard it. Looks like it'll get by the red guard. And she'll come down right on top of her own stone. That was not bad at all. Currently sitting 1 and 2 in the house. Team Temple. Looks like Michael Dobbs split open his guard. Yellowstones are now out from under cover. And it looks like they are debating the possibility of regarding those stones, maybe splitting the house, but it does look like they will go for a partial guard, cover the center line.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what course of action I enjoy the most here. I'm leaning towards splitting the house, but it's got to be dangerous though, because a good shot could possibly make a double on your 2 stones up there, and then you're just really behind.
And that is a pretty attainable double. There's enough space to make it relatively safe double without risking the jam. But it does look like she will go for some sort of guard here. Say a tight guard. because she may want to think about splitting that on later, if that's an option.
Yeah, two's good. Whoa. Yep.
Well, that's going to sit on top of all their other stones here.
Yeah, I think it'll stack. Makes contact ever so gently, and all three are bunched up right there.
Think of your dogs you throw at it. See what damage you can cause.
I'm not sure he'll be able to get all three out, but he will be able to maybe at least remove two of them. Probably the back two. And at this point, he does have points that he can allow Team Temple to score. So this really does come down to how much he can limit. Stone looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to hit the pile for sure.
Oh, and it only removes one. So he didn't quite get the result he was looking for. Jackie Temple will have a relatively open draw for three. Really, all she needs to do is just touch the white. She can even make contact on her yellow stone that's there exposed. And just a gentle tap back, so it's definitely the side that I would call for this shot. And just come down, enough weight, make the draw, get 3 points.
I agree. A nice end for Jackie, it looks like.
And Jackie had a little bit of a trip, but I think line looks pretty good as long as she has the right weight. Yeah, it looks like it's a little underweight.
Yep.
And they fall short for the three, so they'll take two. And
Nope,
handshakes
they're shaking.
all around.
They take two in the 6 end, but not quite enough for their liking. So at the end of that game, they call it, and the final score is 9-4.
That's it for our feature sheet on Sheet B. Team Dobbs against Team Temple.
Sit there and bring you over to another sheet in a second once we decide which one is the most interesting. Think C or think A? Anybody in chat or anybody watching have a preference between single barrel and Team Hamilton? And who else was on sheet A?
Plan B and ladies call the shots.
First person to sit there and respond in chat about which one of those teams is their favorite, we can go that way. Otherwise, we'll choose our own.
And in terms of points, it looks like Sheet A game is a little bit tighter. And it looks like that's the one that we'll choose. So Sheet A. Plan B, skipped by Laura here of the Potomac Curling Club, and ladies call the shots from Philadelphia, skipped by Katie McKinley. Laura's eyeing up her shots right now. Plan B throwing red stones, and it looks like yellow sitting one, maybe two. All right, so sheet A closing up their 7th end here. Laura here with the number 8 stone. It looks like they want to clip off their own stone to roll in. Not enough, though. Yellow will sit one, maybe two. Can't really tell from our angle yet.
Was that the last shot of that end?
Not yet. That was Laura's number 8, and Katie still has her number 8 to go. So looks like they want to draw in on the left side, maybe to get 2, maybe 3. Can't really tell. So yellow's definitely sitting 2, I can see from our overhead. Katie McKinley is looking to get 3 out of this with her number 8 stone.
There you go, it's on ours now. No, that's their sheet. We're controlling their sheet now.
Oh, I see how it works.
If you go to 3, it takes our feed. So what was the other team? It was Plan B versus, what was the other one? Team Hamilton?
Ladies call the shots.
Ladies called the shots.
Ladies call the shots.
Okay.
It looks like she just cleaned up. I forget who was in the lead there. I don't think there was any overturn or anything like that. I'll find out from the skips here in a second. So single barrel from Pittsburgh won on sheet C. Yeah, it looks like Katie McKinley took 2 in the 7th end.
They're now up 7-4 over Team Hewer from Potomac.
So now they're coming back to the warm room for the 8th end. Dave Norman, the lead. Put a stone just touching the 4-foot in the house. Yellowstones will answer back, making contact with a hit. And it looks like they just rolled outside of the house. Laura giving a little bit of motivation to get out of there. And tonight we have Emily English in for the 2nd position as well. I just want to mention that they have Stacey Slutty as their regular 2nd, but they did employ a 5th for this Bonspiel. Laura comes right to the house. Katie McKinley to answer back with a hit. Nice upweight stone from the lead, Tom Daly. Looks like they'll make contact. May not stick around. It goes out of play. So Emily English, the first of her 2 stones. Looks like Laura wants her to tuck it just under the guard. Looks like it still has a lot of weight. It will stick around in the back.
Might be well buried underneath that yellow.
Actually, hey, it just stops right there on the tee line. It is a little exposed, though.
Here I go saying it's well buried just to sit there and be told it's exposed. That's what I get from sitting over here.
Yeah, that's why I'm standing up. Get a little bit of better angle. And they come out pretty narrow. May clip the guard. And it will. Just rolls right off. That was the first of 2 stones from Patrick Walsh, their 2nd. Emily English with her 2nd stone. Looks like they'll want to put another draw in and cover that lineup. Yeah, she wants on the top 12. Same line as where her other stone is, but it looks like it's going to bite pretty hard. And that stone hit the brakes. They will cover the line, but it's going to be short of the house by about 1.5 feet. Katie McKinley calling for appeal. shots away. This is the vice, Alyssa Walsh, for Team Ladies Call the Shots. And the stone connects on their yellow guard. It does expose the shot rock, but not exactly what they were hoping for. So Laura here will call for essentially the same shot that she wanted before, just on the other broom. Line it up on the top 12. Sit 1-2. So this is Arthur Hewer, vice. Looks like it's a little bit underweight. And it may even hog. No, it crosses over. You get a one guard, but it's
Not doing too much right now.
yeah, not exactly what they wanted. Leaves the shot rock exposed, and that's exactly what Katie McKinley is calling for. Sweepers are on already, so it looks like it's either biting hard or it's down weight. Just gets on by the guard,
Nice little
makes
rollover
contact,
behind.
and it covers the pin. That was a wonderful shot. Katie McKinley with a little bit of a smile there. Very pleased with the result. And Alyssa Walsh very satisfied as well. So Arthur here with a
A lot more weight behind the stone this time around.
pretty heavyweight stone. They want to come in to chip it out, but it looks like it'll just pass on by. It's a little bit too wide. So Laura essentially needs to get both of her stones scoring this end in order to tie. This will be pretty difficult because Yellowstone's already sitting shot on the pin and under cover. Katie McKinley is going to come in for another draw, probably stack another one on there to make it even more difficult for Laura to get her two. So sweepers are already on the shot. Looks like it's pretty good weight from what I can tell. Should just touch the house. The stone's hitting the brakes pretty hard. May come up short, but it does block any chance of drawing in on that side. So it's a really relatively tough shot because Laura really needs to move that yellow stone off the button. She's considering the possibility of running the red back, but I don't think there's enough space for her to get the nose, which is exactly what she needs in order to make contact with the yellow stone if she wants to do the run back. But since there's a centerline guard of yellow stone just above her red guard, then it makes it pretty difficult. So it looks like she's going to call for the same shot that she had Art throw, which is probably backline to hack weight, just to chip the yellow back. Although the shooter will probably be exposed, and I think that's what she was considering, maybe one of the consequences for going after the stone like this. So just a quick update on our other sheet, Sheet D, with Sweeping Beauty and the Beast against Curl Me Maybe. The game is all tied up still, 4-4. And they are closing up the 7th end.
Oh, looks like we have shakes over here on sheet A. Team Hero will shake and give the win to Team McKinley.
All right, so only 2 more teams left here for the second draw of the annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel on sheet D. Neck and neck. So that was the first of Bob Purcell's Skips Rocks. And he wanted to get a takeout, but it looks like it ran out of room there and it flashed on by. Made a little bit of contact with the stone that they were going for, but it rubbed right off. So Richard Gray, who curls at this club, he's looking to get a steal of possibly 2. But most certainly to draw under the top stone, or the stone that's in the center line. He's calling hard. It might be turns out that goes through the back, pots one of the yellows out, and freezes to the second yellow in the back as well. Richard Gray may be sitting 2 on sheet D. Once again, we'd like to thank all of our viewers for tuning in tonight to Potomac Curling Club's annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. My name is Spencer Stevens, accompanied by Joe Morrison. So Bob Purcell with the hammer.
Is this the 6th end? Or the 7th, I mean? Or is this the 8th?
This is the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like Bob Purcell's going to draw for 1, maybe. And it rubs right off. I think it might be 2 red. 2 for Richard Gray. Indeed it is. Richard Gray, Curl Me Maybe. Up by 2 from the 7th end, coming into the 8th. Score is now 6-4. Richard Gray calling for in the house, no guards. Stone from lead Amanda Zranchev. First of 2. Richard leaving the house to ensure that it gets in. And ends up tight center line guard. It's a little bit short of what they were looking for. And Bob Purcell wants it in the house as well. But that looks quite a bit short from the lead. Catherine Koslick ended up in a hog. So we have a pretty cool party going on down here at Potomac Curling Club. You'd never even think that it was a Thursday night. First night of the annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to tomorrow night, though. Friday is always a fun night at these Bonspiels.
Oh, yeah.
First night, everyone's still kind of getting accustomed to everything. Second night of the full day, that's when things get a bit crazy. Probably the best day, actually, to be at Potomac Curling Club to watch the Cherry Blossom.
Indeed. All right, so Amanda Zranchev just flashed on by her second stone. Bob Purcell's looking for a corner guard on the wall side. It looks a little heavy for corner guard. We're going to go into the house, maybe even through. And Richard Gray manages to pass it on by the house.
Drag that as far as he can get it.
So he's looking to peel his guard.
Little piece of it, throws it into the house, and out it goes.
Got both of them. There you go. And that was Richard Gray's second, Brandon Triminio. Pretty nice peel. So this is the second for Sweeping Beauty and the Beast, Jeremy Vandenhout. Number 3 stone looks like it'll be.
About to the tee? No, about halfway above the tee between the top of the house and the tee.
It's a pretty good stone, and if you're familiar with our ice here, that's it's one of those blind spots right there in the 8 foot on the wall side. And Richard Gray delivers. Nice peel.
Hit spills. Game will continue on.
Shooter will roll out, and it's a clean house. Bob Purcell calling for the same shot. He wants to put it right back.
Yeah, this is the hard time, though. He needs to get 2 points in this end to sit there and keep the game alive.
Yep.
But How do you get 2 points when you're already past the point to be able to hide things behind the guard?
And so it's all a matter of just hoping that the opponent will miss a shot.
Exactly. It's never a good position to be in. Definitely not one I like going through. I like having some control over my own fate.
Jeremy Vandenhout looks like a relatively good shot. Put it almost virtually right back in the same spot. Just a little bit into the 12.
They'll come after it again.
All right, so Richard calling for the sweepers to be on it. Looks like it'll connect.
Connect,
and
but
stick
sticks around this time. Gives them a chance to come in behind. A little surprised here. It looks like instead of drawing it behind, they're no, never mind. They've changed the room a bit.
Did he call the hit for this one?
I think he's calling the hit and roll. That's what I saw last time that he sat there and set the broom down. Which I'm a little surprised on, but maybe he's just going to sit there and have him chase him.
So this is Henrique Kampenich, the vice for sweeping Beauty and the Beasts. It doesn't look like it's curling enough. It might pass on by.
Oh, I think he's got a piece of it. No. Oh, no, he doesn't. Now, interesting question here. Do Team Gray peel their own stone?
It looks like he's going for it, maybe. Oh, he's going to draw.
Now he's going to draw him behind?
Or just flash on through, actually.
Yeah, that's his plan.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Keep a clean house.
Yeah, don't want to miss that slightly and then end up with 2 stones in the house and start giving Team Purcell a couple choices and chances of where to sit there and set their stones.
So Henrique Kampenich, his second stone, going back for the same shot.
He's had one trial shot, and now he can try to actually get it there with a little more success this time around.
This might be a little down weight. But if they catch the corner, then it might be able to be pushed out. Actually, that was a pretty good rub off because they are now shot.
They're now shot. They're almost frozen on it, and a little bit of a missed shot, and yellow could stick around, and 2 reds could disappear real fast.
So Richard does want to remove that stone without any regard to his stone that's already sitting in the house, which by him I'm sure is quite okay. So I have to get Henrique's socks. I don't know if you saw them.
They're big Maryland flags, aren't they?
Yeah. He's wearing Maryland flag socks, and I'm wearing
Maryland
Maryland
flag
flag shorts.
Go that, you get a Maryland flag shirt also, and you might actually cause people to vomit just by walking by them. I bet it would be an effective way to win curling games.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a missed shot.
That'll flash on by.
He was trying to call for the hit there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he wanted to remove that yellow stone. So now it looks like will give Bob the opportunity to split the house. He needs to make sure that he's touching white paint in order to outcount the other red stone. And we'd like to thank all of our viewers for sticking with us all the way through the end of the second draw of the annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. Our very last game.
Yep. All you guys sticking around to the very end of a Thursday night spiel, you're the real MVPs in this tournament. Well, it looks like they're attempting to split the house here, and it looks like they're successful. It's a toss-up for which of those two stones is shot, but I think yellow's sitting two right now.
And Henrique seemed to be pretty satisfied with the result, so I do believe they are sitting two yellow.
Yep, that's good for them because this is the last shot for red. So if red misses this, it's a chance for yellow to win the game outright. If red makes this, draw to the button for one, and then you sit there and go to overtime with the other stone. We may get even bonus curling after this. More than anyone could have ever asked for. Not really, but it sounds good on the radio.
So Richard Gray, last of his two stones, potentially the last stone for the red stones in this draw. And he flashes on by.
And he misses that shot. That's two tough misses over there for the skip of Gray.
So open draw for three for Bob Purcell, Sweeping Beauty and the Beast, a Potomac Curling Club team.
I can't believe how amateur level curlers at this level have sat there and started betting on themselves for these events. Well, let's see if they can take full advantage of their opportunity to win outright. All they have to do is get full 8-foot.
All right, Bob Purcell, potentially the last stone of the game. Comes right down to this. Pretty up weight.
That stone
Jeremy's
needs to
calling
stop.
on through. Yeah, it looks pretty heavy. And it will be
Will it?
out.
No, it will go through, and bonus curling is in our future.
All right. Extra end. For sheet B.
Extra end. Due to those missed stones at the end, we now have a tied score of 6 for each team, going into an extra end.
Last call on food in the warm room. Last call on food. If you're hungry right now, you better head on down here.
Better go grab some, Spencer. You won't get a chance with all this exciting curling action happening here tonight on Thursday.
I know. I might actually grab some of the kielbasa. That's fantastic. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm gonna
Go
do
for it.
I'll be right back, Joe.
Have the first stone thrown for Team Sweeping Beauty over here at the start of the extra end, going down the ice away from the warm room. We have about a 2 guard in the center, to the left of the center line by a little bit, but pretty close to what it looks like the shot that was called. First shot of the lead for Team Gray, with one of the better names from our curling tournament, Curl Me Maybe. Succeeded in drawing in right behind the center guard.
All right, and we have extra end kielbasa.
That's actually why they made the kielbasa, to give us the ability to sit there and cast the extra end.
Catherine Kozlik with her second stone. The first one's in a pretty good position, so I'm guessing that they want to double up on the guards. Looks like they may actually get that wish.
Yep, slightly to the right of the red guard here. Pretty well protected for their stone that's in the house currently now.
Richard's calling to clear.
Yep. Last stone, let's get rid of some of this crap.
Amanda Zranchev, the lead for Curl Me Maybe.
I know this is crazy, but we have extra curling, so call me maybe. Well, they succeed in peeling the front red, split it up so the center's a little more open. Let's see if yellow decides to sit there and replace it. Looks like they do plan on doing that.
Jeremy Vandenhope, first of 2 stones. Sweepers are already on. Maybe underweight. Oh, the weight looks pretty good, but they probably want to keep the line. Well, they're definitely sweeping for weight, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Great result. Their shot rock is under pretty nice cover. Richard Gray calling to clean that up once again. Brandon Tremanillo, a second.
Succeeded in clearing the rightmost guard. Bob Purcell seems pretty insistent about putting that guard back in exactly where it was.
Jeremy Vandenhout with his second stone. Going for the guard. That's a pretty good result.
Place the guard about right back where it was before.
Yep. Richard Gray still looking to clean up. All he needs to do is just open it up. Just enough for him to draw in with the hammer. And he only just replaces the guard with another one. So may not be exactly what he was looking for.
Not exactly, but a step in the right direction.
So Bob Purcell's possibly looking at putting another one in the house to secure his lead further. Enrique Campenich, first of 2 stones with the Maryland Sox.
Enrique Sox Campenich.
Man, that was some good kielbasa. I really hope you viewers are pretty jealous. Great food here at the Bonspiel this weekend. So if you're local, well, hey, even if you're from out of town, you might as well come in for the weekend.
Drive all the way in, fly all the way in. Food for a small fee. Another shout out to the great work from our food prep crew over here for sitting there and making all this great food. I'm sure it will only get better throughout the weekend.
All right, and they managed to split off both of those guards up in the center. Bob Purcell wants to replace them with another one. Or it looks like Richard Gray is making some headway to get the shot he needs in the very end. Enrique with his second of 2 stones.
He does have 2 socks also, yes.
It's very important.
It's easy to get those things confused. And when you look at him, all you can see is the socks. I'm not even realizing that he's curling currently.
Yep. And it just so coincidentally happens that our stones here at the club are yellow and red, which also happen to be colors on the Maryland flag. So it's quite easy to get those things mixed up whenever they're side by side in Enrique's delivery.
Every time I'm worried, is he actually throwing the stone or is he falling down and throwing himself down the ice?
So it looks like Enrique puts his stone relatively close down to their shot rock. And
opportunity
this
for
will
double comes.
Certainly prompt Richard to call for a double.
Yes!
So the vice, Alex Boyce, attempting for a double takeout. And it was achieved.
Did he get the second one completely? No, not
hanging
quite.
Out there in the
it's
12
still
foot.
shot. It's still shot. But it's much more open now over there on the edge. No longer in the center.
Certainly a lot of patience in order to stick with it, to move that stone out, and Richard certainly attained that. Right down to the wire. This is a fantastic game. All right, Bob Purcell coming on down to the hack. for his first of 2 stones. Not socks, but stones.
Looks like Bob's shot is away. Over there on the outside edge and coming back to the center. I'm worried there's a lot of extra weight over here still. Oh, nope, nope. Not too bad over there. Gets it in between, about the middle, flat in the middle of the 8-foot line. Looks like this will prompt Team Gray to sit there and chase it down and try to knock it out. Organizing the notes for the next day of casting?
Yep.
I'm sure future casters will appreciate all of your hard work for making things as simple as possible for them.
Richard Gray with the first of his 2 stones. Sweepers are already on the stone.
Oh, he grabs his guard first, but is the secondary stone going to be bounced? Nope. Not moved into a useful location. Well, I feel like the only shot possibility here for Bob is to sit there and put a guard to the right.
I think so. Yep.
I mean, I understand that you leave a decently large port open on the left and you sit there and leave a run back with your center red guard right now, but
the other option, too, is just to freeze on. And
Yep.
I think they're considering that, too, as a possibility. However, the guard is what they look like they're going to go for.
I actually might prefer, no, I don't know. They're having a bit of trouble with line in the last end, so I was wondering if they sat there and went for the freeze and forced them to make a hit. You're afraid they might sit there and throw a little wide. But it looks like they are going to sit there and go for the guard over here. This will be the last stone of this end for Bob Purcell. Let's see how this sits there and alters and affects the end of this game. Oh, they can't let this cross too much across the center line here. Looks like it's still on center, but it's just pretty high, about a 2 guard. So if you're Gray here, what shot do you throw? Do you sit there and throw the draw, or do you sit there and try to throw the run back?
I would throw the run back. I do believe that's what they're going to call here. Yep.
Looks like it, yes. That's the order that they went into also.
And Richard Gray with the hammer. All comes down to this, folks. Sweepers are on.
Screams for hard sweeping down the line. Out to the stone.
Oh, and they make contact with the guard. And that is the
Pinched
game.
it a bit. And that will give 2 points over here to Team Yellow and Sweeping Beauty and Bob Purcell. That will do it for the end of the game. Final 8 for Team Yellow and Purcell and 6 for Team Red and Gray. Well, it's been a pleasure having everybody on the stream this evening. I am sure that we will catch you all at some point in time in the future for the rest of this week of curling. We have games starting tomorrow morning and going through the weekend.
And thank you very much. This is the annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel hosted by the Potomac Curling Club in Laurel, Maryland. Spencer Stevens
And Joe Morrison,
signing off. Thank you very much and good night.
good night.